SHODO! 昆虫大百科この薄命の軍が舞う幻想の一節
Hey everyone, welcome to the 104th episode of the SO-DO Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh is back.
Oh, okay, we're just gonna go with a gasp. Hey, it's me, my whole self, only Josh is back, and then a single gasp.
Yeah, that's it.
I played a sound just now. I played Spirit Ranger Fire. Because we're talking about dinosaurs, apparently.
Oh, I guess. I mean, kind of.
Mina-san.
We'll talk about it. Guys, we've got, more news than I expected because, you guys know, the SO-DO Pop news is starting to cover a little bit of a broader range of stuff, and we're at the beginnings of Revice, so we did kind of want to share our thoughts on some of the things coming out about Revice. So,
And they're really stretching Saber's line out as long as they can.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, we can talk about that too. So, I have not even considered talking about that, even on the news part, so we will definitely dive into that. Let's go through some of the news and get some of the easier stuff out of the way. We're not necessarily going to go in chronological order. I wanted to pay a passing mention to SHODO Digimon. It's back. It's here again. It's got Metal Greymon and WereGarurumon. You've got enough option parts in that set to turn it into their Digimon adventure forms. So that's neat for people watching that right now. What isn't neat for people watching it right now is that it is a premium Bandai set, so it's going to be 5,500 yen.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
two.
Always that's always the down part.
Yeah, so it's two figures, 5,500 yen. You can do the math. It's like 2,750 per figure before shipping. No.
I guess.
Yeah. That is right.
Welcome to the Shodo Club, Digimon. You finally made it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had technically, premium releases before. With the higher spec stuff. It's interesting, though. They didn't say anything about having the original creator draw up any box art for this, which, might be unfortunate for those of you collecting the boxes like that. Outside of that, it's cool. There's so much paint on these guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild.
Well, I would hope so for premium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, these are like I speak in terms that you guys would understand since you don't follow Digimon. It's like the main writer, the secondary writer's big forms.
Yeah. That is how I had
that
it
actually
related.
Makes a lot of sense to me. So. Now you're speaking on my level here, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been a really great transition into, speaking of big forms, but no. If you guys didn't have any more on the Digimon stuff, I know I didn't, we can move on into the... Do we want to do Revice or do we want to do SO-DO? Because SO-DO's technically, not...
We'll say SO-DO's up front. Let's say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there technically wasn't that much SO-DO. I mean, it was still cool, but...
Mm-hmm. So, hey, Sabela.
Yeah.
She's here.
She looks good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I fully expected realizing Hopper, not because, haha, 0-1 stuff, but, genuinely, I thought the robot in the set was going to take far too much of the budget for them to do anything new, but they pulled out this brand new mold, and on top of that, it still has the butterfly joint, which is rather appropriate.
I was thinking, if not her, we all knew it was going to be her after that teaser the week prior, but I figured if not her, maybe Tatsugami blades, but then again, there's a little bit more
Yeah.
involved there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll be in the next set, but
I agree.
I'm terrible because just before we got this reveal, I was saying like I kind of don't want it, but I kind of think it would be funny if there's some sort of tragedy with the stickers that will make you want to smoke, just like they said.
Oh God.
We've actually had some people do like sticker breakdowns on what they can see, and it seems like it's not too bad.
yeah, it doesn't look horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty, par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that was pointed out though that I kind of agree with a little bit is that it seems like they may be working with concept art just a little bit, because not only is the suit color a little different from the show, there's supposed to be a couple bits of red in there that's not there.
Oh, that's
really?
unfortunate.
Like on the chest, armor, and I think somewhere on the helmet.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I did think it was maybe slightly off.
And I was-
color-wise, but
I was saying, oh, maybe that's just like for budget, like paint budget. But
yeah.
the chest is a sticker, so that does seem a little bit odd.
Yeah, and stickers are things that like they're even able to change during production. We knew that we were getting an extra belt piece or belt sticker on a sticker sheet like waves ago.
Yeah.
So they probably
Oh
could-
yeah, was
yeah.
that was for the Dragon
Right.
Alan Gina?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it is interesting that they wouldn't go for that. But on the other hand, it's also incredibly interesting to have a figure be representative of a piece of concept art as well. It's not ideal that it's, the only figure, but you know,
It's
So.
vaguely reminiscent of the SO-DO Bloodstock design.
sure.
Where it was like a dark red when the show suit was more of a plain red.
Mhm.
Right.
That's true.
But yeah, this looks good.
Yeah.
I would count this as potentially a negative. Hey, because it's a female rider, it's a little bit shorter. The arms are a little bit shorter, so it might not look 100% great with the form changes.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want.
I mean, if you
I didn't
put
even think of that, but
what's Big Dude Daddy's name? Turtle Man?
Buster.
Buster? Yeah. If you put
That's
his
another
arms
good name
on,
for him.
huh?
I said that's another good name
That's
for
it,
him.
yeah,
yeah.
that's very solid.
Yeah. He is a sturdy man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put his arms on, technically you could say, oh yeah, it's big armor.
Yeah.
You know, like
I guess so,
proportionally
yeah.
it would be bigger.
I'd buy that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm still buying it.
I know you are.
Also, they wanted to make small little notes about the Wonder Ride book, and I believe they were saying something like, "Hey, we know that Sabela's book is technically larger than everyone else's, so we went through and tried to tweak the actual ride book on the sword to make it look a little higher." And I think it comes across just fine. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I didn't immediately notice it due to the comparison pics, but when they were talking about it, okay, all right, I see what you're doing. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah. What else with her?
She completes book 8.
She completes book 8. That is correct. So we now
What a-
have all the book 8
Is this-
information.
Is this our first Saber set that's strictly Saber?
This is our second.
Yeah. Not the first, but it's still like, hey, not.
Yeah, it's been a while, you know.
Yeah. I was
Um,
going to say, I figured
even
at least
so-
for a minute.
Even so, I've noticed that the last few waves, at least, when I've shared with other people who don't collect this line, I'm just like, this is such a weird lineup. Again,
Oh, it's odd. It's very odd.
Yeah. I mean, this one even is filled with a form we should have gotten months ago, with a robot
Yeah.
that shouldn't be in the main line, two figures
A form
that
that's
should
here
be...
more than it should be.
Yeah.
Because I still I think it's fine, but I'm still just shocked that they're giving you the Psycho body twice to do this, and not just having you swap the pieces.
I maintain that it was a budgetary reason, because those could easily.
I was about to say
form swaps.
Someone in our Discord joked, "Can't complain about paint if the character's suit is all black."
Yeah, it's
but
true.
like, it kind of isn't, because they still put in all those silver accents and painted the thing.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
You know, like.
As much a little bit of detail on the shadow.
Yeah, as much as we like to dunk on it, like, a lot of the details there are subtle. It's not that they're not there at all. They're just, not as at the forefront, but they're still painting the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a wild set, and like, it's one of those where you can see who took all the budget and who got the short end of the stick.
Right.
But I'm fine with it.
It's something. I like it.
Yeah. I'm wondering, what I'm gonna do, because so far for me, I'm fine taking my my, I guess, extra arms and just using them as accessory pieces and not even wanting to get a bunch of extra stuff to make those individual forms, because I don't need that for my Saber display.
The Wonder Riders.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's like they really did build a good play pattern this time. Like, unlike with what is it, Geo, and even to an extent Build.
I still, because of this butterfly joint, they've managed to do this thing that is kind of disappointing on 01, where it's like, how 01 started with the form change gimmick, where they were like, we've made it so that the arms are removable here and the legs are removable here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing that I run into every time we get a new 01 figure in Saber is, does this part come off? No. Does this part come off? Nope. Just like checking in on them. Because at some point they had to stop doing that. But with Saber, it's like, just about every figure does the same thing. Even like the disposable grunt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the ones you wouldn't think so. Yeah.
The only one that hasn't, I think, is one of the caliber forms.
At least one.
Yeah.
Was it Joe Dragon, or
maybe, if not the first?
I guess that makes sense. It doesn't really need to do it. So.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Hey. Anyway.
Yeah, two sets remain.
That's true. Yeah, we're down to, and next week we're even gonna get into 9. So
24 boxes remain.
Ooh, wow. I mean, they could. This might be a good point to talk.
I have a list to put out.
Sure.
Durandal.
Yeah. Well, okay. This is our blanket, potentially spoiler statement. But if you've seen the final form and you know what it's about, because you just exist in the Kamen Rider community, this will be we're not gonna dive into any story stuff, but
I can pull up the names of the Saber forms, that makes things more convenient.
Sure,
that would be helpful.
So while Malunis, you're pulling that up, Josh, why don't you tell us what other things we have left?
So I got a list here of everything that they still need to do. And looking at it, there's 2 figures I'm not 100% confident would even be in the main line.
Interesting.
Are they 01?
No, these are all just Saber stuff.
Oh.
So it's Saber's ghost form and Dragon Televi from the Hyper Battle DVD.
All right.
So taking those 2 out, there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 more boxes you would need to fit everything we still need. So that's half of it. Of course, there's, I'm sure, going to be more stuff that we still haven't seen yet. But yeah, we need Durandal, which would take 2 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
We need Solomon, which would take 2 boxes. We need Tatsugami Blades, which would take 2.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I guess Solomon doesn't need 2 boxes, technically, yeah.
You could put them in one. We've done it before.
Well, actually, they could like do his base suit as one box, and then like the second box could be like the cape and the sword and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's they could maybe do it like that.
I mean, if they're smart, they'll improve the mold enough that they will have to justify splitting it between two boxes.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
So what is that? You gave us 4 total boxes so far?
Yeah. Durandal, Solomon, Tadakami Blades. Oh, yeah, and then
okay, so that's 6 Tadagami Blades. That's 6 boxes. Okay.
And then the 7th and 8th boxes would be the base form of Cross Saber, or however you're supposed to say it.
Right.
Yeah. So Cross Saber. Yes, it is pronounced that way. By the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I am looking at the magazine leaks just to confirm what all is happening with Cross Saber, because the weird thing is that the toy reveals many form names, but I don't know how many of these are actually getting suits.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 of them have suits. I think there's
Yeah, okay, so
there's 5 combinations in the sword toy, I think.
Let me just say that one of them apparently is Dragon Arthur, which is called Hybrid Saber.
That's okay, that's cool. That's a cool name.
I'm not sure if Hybrid Saber is appearing or if that was just their way of showing that, hey, you could use the other books in the toy.
I was about to say it might be the name for the Wonder Rider stuff, for all I know.
Yeah. I think there's also or at least the promo shots of the sword showed, like, him using the Legend Rider books in the sword.
Oh, right.
So.
Yeah, I haven't seen a suit for that one, but what we do know is that Cross Saber is basically just Brave Dragon. Crimson Saber is when he uses the Crimson Dragon book, so like all the red ones.
Yeah.
And then the coolest one is when he uses Brave Dragon, Lion Senki, and
Lamp to Alangina.
Yes, it's been a while since he's had one, which is called Kamen Rider featuring Saber.
What?
I legit kind of wish that this one was the base Cross Saber.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I think this one is the coolest of the 3.
I mean, well, it then requires your main riders not to be in their base forms. Because I assume...
it's like
weird, because the magazine scans,
You've seen Kabuto's hyperform. He doesn't give a shit.
True.
I guess that's true. I can't recall...
But I guess...
in the scans when it was like a group of when it was Saber, Blades, and Espada together. I know Blades was in Tatsugami form, so that's fine. So he wouldn't need Lion Senki there. But I can't remember if Espada was in full Golden Alangina or if he was just in 2 of them.
I'm looking at it right now. He is in Golden Alangina mode.
Interesting. So I wonder if that will point to Kento getting their new form or not. So
he doesn't deserve one. He has not done anything to deserve it.
That's fair, yeah.
And I don't think...
But to be fair to him, Golden Alangina is such a lower powered form for where we're at in this show. He needs something else.
Well,
he needs catch up.
Hold on. We still have, I'm guessing, the 3-1 Wonder Ride book dudes with the extra arm thing. That's it. That's all they have.
I mean, they all should have things too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going...
But, they're just stronger by default, so...
What they should have done, and I guess they still could do, is... I really would like to see them do, like, what you can do on the... I think it's on the TVosity website, or one of the websites, where you can, like, mix-match the books to see, like, what they would look like.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the Bandai one.
That's it, the Bandai one. You can have him use, at least on that site, Jao Dragon, or not Jao, Jakku Dragon, along with Golden Alangina.
Right.
And make it like kind of a Caliber Espada dual form, which I think would really work for him.
I could see that.
So that would be something neat.
That almost sounds like we're almost out of budget, repaint something kind of form.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could be as simple as literally just give him Caliber's arm.
Yeah.
Like, as an arm swap, and I would buy that.
Yeah.
Make a copy of Saber's cloak and just paint it purple. There you go.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Won't match the Bandai site, but whatever.
Yeah.
So when you count Cross Saber's 3 forms as 2 different boxes per form, that takes you to all of the forms that I have written down, besides Ghost form and Dragon Telebi. However, you do got to factor in the fact that some of our boxes left one of them has to have the Buddha-san shields and Slash's gun.
Yeah, there needs to be an accessory set.
I wrote down how many heads that we need if they're going to go through the effort to do all the random combo heads. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them.
Jesus.
There's 9 heads that they need to do.
Oh wow.
What are they?
Lamp Hedgehog. Dragon Eagle. Sayo Dragon. Dragon Eagle Buddha-san. Dragon Eagle Arthur. Dragon Peter. Dragon Hedgehog. Dragon Hedgehog Peter. And Lion Fantasista.
Oh yeah, that does check out.
So, also, if they wanted, I was just thinking with Sabela's reveal, they could throw into some kind of accessory set, like maybe her wings or the spider legs that she gets and things like that.
They
that
did
also
even
came up
say,
in the Discord.
Yeah, they said it on the blog, we know that the CG wings are not there. We know. They've taken note of it. Don't worry.
We are aware of those existence.
If you are going into the surveys and talking about, we know.
Let me see the text, because I could swear that there was some mention of whether or not this might have been a case where we just found out about it.
He did say, he saw it on TV or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was something about the wording where it made it seem like, this is another case where we just found out about it when we watched the episode.
Yeah, which was 3 months ago maybe. So they've...
Oh yeah, it was not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
So.
Trust us, G has been talking nonstop about it for the last few months.
Yeah.
One thing also to consider with what's left and how many boxes we have is we don't know if he'll get a new form in Superhero Senki.
Sure.
I know there's a rumor for a form he might get in that film, but I don't know if we want to talk about that also because it's not confirmed. So
we don't need to talk about that rumor.
Yeah.
I found the text. It said, it's a familiar story every time because Mr. G also knew by watching TV. Something about the wording. It's a familiar story every time.
More stuff to do.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of more stuff to do, we still don't have Slash's gun mode.
Yeah.
And that's my only sticking point. That is the only thing that I'm kind of upset that we don't have yet.
Now let me ask you guys.
Sure.
I guarantee that Dragon Telebi will be packed into some kind of magazine bonus or something.
Sure.
Like Hoppin' Kangaroo was.
Do
you think we'll get the ghost form in the main line, or how do you think they're going to do that?
Yes, and they're going to pack it in with Kamen Rider Ghost in that same wave.
I don't think he's going to be in
No, Josh, you don't understand? He will.
Here's my thing. They have been making SO-DO kind of pay tribute to these TTFC things once in a while, or at least once each one. So it's I can see where it could happen. It'd be a miracle if Ghost got in there too. I want that miracle.
Yes.
I do almost feel like the Ghost form will just be in the final set. It's just kind of like a wrap up set kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that coming earlier, but it can't
Oh, you think it could be in book 9?
Look, what if Revice whatever one, the first one, that Ghost form, Ghost, Revice, Secondary Rider, something else.
Realize and Hopper.
Rekka Daisato as well. Throw it in there, the gun form. We need that one.
Oh my god, can we please have, like, Saber use, like, a gear leaner or something?
Oh
in Superhero
my
Senki,
god, yes.
Just so we can get more Sentai weapons.
Also, Josh wasn't here the last couple episodes, so I'll say this again. If they made Saber's ghost form, they figured out how to make a ghost, and they've got Falchion here, so they've got the ghost body, so it's like it's all coming together.
It's totally something that they should and could do.
Yeah, 100%.
Easily.
And it'll have the new butterfly joints.
And you've already made like half of Grateful because of the decayed form.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and on top of that, if you take your ghost, paint it a little bit bluer, you got a Spectre. What?
You can also repaint both of those to be Zero Spectre and Dark Ghost. So
yeah, I mean, you've got them all. Freaking use it.
You can even go to the extra level and do Takeru's son from the stage show. Keep going.
Please do. If not, I mean, I'm sure that'd be an easy one to make happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the ghost suit with all the orange painted white.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, SO-DO has exceeded so many expectations recently that I never thought, even though we say never underestimate SO-DO, somehow we always end up doing that. And this time, I'm going to make lofty expectations because of what they have done. And I don't want to sell them short. So you know what? Ghost is coming. I
mean, I know I've said it before,
it.
But like, all bets are off when Decayed complete and the Rekka Daizanto showed up in Saber's line.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you need those reminders that SO-DO will just do whatever the hell it wants to do.
Yeah, ever since this past February when that happened, it's just been all bets are off. Just keep going. So what do we think, based on what's left, will be more of a Book 9 thing and more of a Book 10 thing?
I'm going to say Cross Saber might be the final wave.
It could.
Like all three of them will be in the final
Exactly.
wave?
Gotta make room.
I mean,
I feel like maybe at least the base one will be in Book 9.
Is there a Saber form that they could put at the front of the box?
Besides Ghost and besides Telebi Dragon, no.
Well,
yeah,
that's my thing, is that I'm thinking of it again, even though we haven't had box sets for a little bit, I always think of it like, what's the main figure that you put up front, and in my case I was like, Book 9, Tatagami, or whatever the white.
Yeah, Tatagami would be a good one as well. I mean, I feel like I feel like one or both of those two forms, and then Durandal are almost guarantees for Book 9.
Yeah.
Maybe Solomon. I don't know if they would throw him in Book 9 or 10. I feel like it depends on if Solomon's going to get any other form or something.
That's true.
Like if he'll get like some kind of last minute. Yeah, it just becomes Shinken Gold. Why not? Let's put him into the SO-DO set. I'm down for that. But yeah, like, because since we still have we have 8 episodes left, almost something like that, 10 episodes. So if Solomon, is a thing now, I can't see him just having this exact same suit all the way through the end.
Really?
So I feel like we're gonna get a Chronos situation.
Well, but also, how many times has that happened where it's like the main villain reveals himself and remains in this form until the very end?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The answer is that they always end up changing in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
the problem is with it is that Cross Saber is gonna... Yeah, like Black Hole form, all that stuff.
But...
Well, because Cross Saber is gonna be the thing that finally starts to have them overpower him.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't just have this exact same form all the way to the end. I mean, I know Kronos basically did that exact thing, but at least for a little bit, he had the Game Days Kronos form. See, so I feel like we'll get something like that.
With those forms, I feel like, these guys have great dedicated suits. But then we look at...
doesn't have that.
Yeah, Solomon has some leftovers.
Yeah,
and it's ugly.
Can we please get a Solomon upgrade that's just another ridiculous kit batch
Solomon
of suits?
Grande.
I'm telling you. Yeah, Solomon Grande. Daughter of
I'll just say-
Ariana Grande.
I'll just say for you, Corey, I shared that with some other friends. We ended up just kind of riffing on that, like replacing other things with Grande.
Fantastic.
It was like Grande Geo.
Oh man. But yeah. I think another key point in that, well, I don't know if it's a key point, but the fact that Solomon's book and sword haven't been announced for premium yet, rather than waiting for something.
Kind of like Arc Zero's belt.
That's true. Yeah, that did take a second. Yeah.
You know, I gotta wonder. Technically, you could say it's Saber's final form, but what if it's something more similar to like a Great Cross situation? You know?
I see where you're coming from, but I can't get behind that because of.
But also, they've
just
officially
when
called it the final
the
form.
toys coming out and where it's debuting in the show and things like that.
I agree, especially with the power scaling and stuff. But technically speaking, it's a new, like, I know the belt doesn't change, but it's a new sword, and that's where the powers come from.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like it's an upgraded base form, like more so than a Great Cross, right?
It's kind of like 0-2 again.
Yeah, it's being filtered through new power.
I mean, this has kind of been,
And it's also the final form.
this has pretty much been the pattern. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a pattern at this point because it's just been 2 years of it, but it kind of seems like that's what Reiwa's going to do with their final forms, is kind of have them be very similar to their base forms. So
It's also
I
feel like I can be a broken record on this, but also I'm looking at it like COVID. That's the final form for this show.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the more I look at Cross Saber, the more I like it a little bit.
I don't speak of it negatively. I'm just like, keep in mind the situation we're in.
It's definitely not what I expected, that's for sure, but
yeah, I get that. I just I like the form. The only criticism I have is like it's not a final form. This is not final form material.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you know, years from now when we see Saber come back, you know, it's just like a lifeless suit that just kind of stands in the background, and they transform into their final forms, and this shows up again. It's like, that's not what I always would have imagined Saber's like legacy being, but I guess this is what we got.
I'll also say, I don't think there was any debate here of whether it was the final form. It's just that it doesn't get the vibe. I was looking at the Bandai blog post again, and they said the writer's strongest form. So basically, just directly referring to it as that, but also saying like, this is the first time since so many years where the final form wasn't just like a new gimmick item. It was actually the sword that changes this time.
Yeah, that was shocking to me that they didn't sell a new book in any way.
It also says, and the collection items used are the ones you've collected so far. It's worth collecting.
I mean,
That's why I bought the sword.
I mean, it enhances your collection so far.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that literally is like one of the two major reasons why I just decided to pre-order it last night.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like years and years ago, TJ Omega had said this about like Forza or some other driver. Oh no, the White Wizard driver. It it complements. You know, it gives new meaning to everything you've already collected. It's like, you know, a victory lap. You know.
Speaking of Wizard again, I know this is just because I don't know if this was intentional and it's just how it worked out, but since he transforms with a new sword for the final form, it's the first time we've had a dedicated brand new final form weapon since Wizard. Because they used to do that.
True.
Nice.
Yeah.
But recently they've just been using their older weapons from their other power-ups. So.
It's like, I think that factored into like the discussion of Grand Geo, because I was like, okay, they've made this variation of Geo 2's weapon. Clearly what they're going to do is include this variation of it with the Grand Geo.
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me a lot of what they did with, I want to say, the Gaim arm change figures were like, okay, here's the one where you can connect them. Here's Kiwami with just a plastic piece of both of them together. You don't have to connect them.
Kiwami.
Did Zero Two use the Hopper blade from Metal Cluster?
Probably.
I would say
Zero Two is so minimally used. I don't remember what he did.
Yeah, I don't either. Was he the one that had the combination blade? Who came with the combination blade? I think that was Zero Two.
Yeah, Zero Two. Yeah, no, you're right. Zero Two came with the combination in SO-DO, but I don't remember. So then, I guess he used both of them.
He must have.
So, like I said, he really didn't use that form
For
that
real,
much. I
yeah.
don't remember what he used.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess that's it for Saber.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Durandal. He's my favorite of the base form riders.
He looks good. Yeah, I can't wait to see what that turns into. But yeah, next week, book 9. Also, I don't want to talk about this one too much. We've already done it. Ryugen-Yomi and Road Baron. Ryugen-Yomi. Yeah.
There's a really good gibberish translation of Miyamoto Haguri last time, but this time it looks fine this time. So I'm just gonna say sour grapes.
All right.
Have we I know this set is out because it's in my private warehouse right now, but do we know what the case breakdown is? What's the duplicate?
I don't.
Someone threw it into the group. Right.
I wanted to say that someone posted the case assortment, but it was actually not the case assortment.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no clue.
I meant to look for that and then I forgot. So.
I mean, it'll just be a surprise once you get it. What are you gonna do with the duplicates anyway? Like, what will you do with that information right now, this second?
You're right. I'm just curious.
Fair.
So, I mean, this is like the one set of the 3 Gaim sets where I don't need any duplicates of anyone. So I'm just curious what it's gonna
be. Maybe if it comes with an extra Kiwami arms, it probably will. You could turn it into a Baron form.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
I would like to say, counterpoint, that takes up a lot of paint budget, and to have that in 2 boxes in a wave. I know. I fully recognize. I fully recognize that there is no other box to duplicate, but
what if they duplicate the weapons?
That would be great. Oh man,
that would be cool.
That's such a good idea that they would never do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100% not gonna happen.
No. But yeah, no. I mean, this set looks so good. I'm so excited to get it.
Yeah.
It's
not only because Yomosu Haguri is one of my favorite rider suits, so I can't wait to get that. But...
It's weird. I've been so. This is the wave where I've been so focused on. Well, I'm gonna get all these weapons, put it with my arms action figures, and then there's Kiwami arms. I always forget. Oh yeah, these 2 characters are also here. They're not on Premium Bandai. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of though, the Premium Bandai sets come out this month.
Ooh.
The next.
Oh, cool. That I was almost afraid when you said that, because I typically, have a guy that I pay once it comes out, but I already paid for those. I'm good.
Yep.
Very nice.
And they showed off. They were in that group shot of like the.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait.
I can't wait for them to announce the next set. Probably. Yay.
The group shot where it made me remember. Oh right, they're counting Zangetsu and Zangetsu Shin as separate riders.
Yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
That was strange. Like you have Ryugen-Yomi there, Zangetsu and Zangetsu Shin. One of those cannot exist.
That can't happen.
Yeah. Like they said something about, oh wow, it's great to have the final form of everybody here lined up, and I was like, hold on, wait, that doesn't. Incorrect.
Well, this one is Takatora's. This is one is Takatora's brother, Bata.
Oh.
Oh man.
Nice.
So yeah, that's that. I guess the only other thing to say about them is that Road Baron does not have a ball jointed waist, because
send it back.
they said something about, like, you know how a belt is like a few millimeters further out than the rest of the body?
Yeah.
They used that extra space to make the ball joint possible. They couldn't here.
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I always kind of forget that these ones have the ball jointed waist.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's supposed to be a sash in the front of him, but they were like, wow, that's not going to work. We're just going to cut it in half so you can have articulation. Good move.
I mean, it's still just incredible we're getting him in a retail set. So.
Yeah, for real. And then Ryugen-Yomi, they talked about this earlier, but we finally get to see, like, the collar just wasn't going to work out. So they had to remold the chest, because that's what they do. Yeah, okay. I think we're covered on those. Knight was there.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to continue this train.
Yeah, and I don't know that I care enough, but it's cool.
I mean, you're getting a look at behind the scenes.
You are, and even the bat, I forgot his name, Nightwing?
Sure. Darkwing. He isn't even, those colors aren't final, just like with the dragon. So, yeah, they're here. They're basically here to promote the new, the pre-orders, so get those if you haven't.
I could if they weren't $1 million.
Hey, alright, we good on the blog? So now we can talk about Revice?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Hey!
Oh, wait a second. Where are we going to talk about Animagear?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So let me tell you about this thing that we occasionally talk about, Animagear. If y'all missed it, it is a line made by Bandai that barely has fiction. Like, they have little text snippets posted to their website, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's Google translatable enough that you could probably follow along with it. I did a little bit just to tell, hey, I keep saying that this is like Metabots. Kind of is like Metabots. It's also got a designer who works on Metabots. So the recent blog post that they did, originally there was someone going by S. No relation, who was in charge of Animagear up until recently.
Huh.
Now there's a new management. Their name is written out with 3-letter Y's, but it's just pronounced Y.
That's
interesting.
That's very confusing. Wasn't there a Y at some point on the Sentai blog?
That sounds familiar.
Now it's
a lot of
Maroda?
letters.
Or something?
There's a lot of letters.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of letters, and yet they want to reuse? Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why you write it out as YYY. It's like, I went with the Noob Master 69 because Noob Master 68 was taken.
That's right.
So, the reason that they are now in charge, well, coincidentally, they are in charge as of a new lineup for Animagear called Animagear DE, or Double Edge, which is about Animagears getting powered up. This comes out on August 23rd, and unlike the usual 390 yen per box, it is actually 410 per box.
Wow.
So it's an increase by 20 yen, so that's not too bad.
No.
Yeah, as they put it, the Animagear team made a tough decision to move it to the next stage. The concept of Double Edge is that it's easier to customize, easier to assemble, and overall cooler. Now, with this first blog post, there's a bullet point list of why it's cooler. Point 1 is that the armor doesn't break the form of the design, which I'm guessing means that it's been tweaked so that it's, kind of goes together a little bit nicer.
Sure.
There's more peg holes added for customization, because the thing is you can come up with your own combinations for these things. Point 2 is that they now include base head parts, because the way that the skeletons of these things work is that you're basically given all the parts to make a humanoid form. You're just not you're rarely using all of those parts. You're kind of assembling the skeleton in a specific shape for the animal.
Mm-hmm.
And here they're like, we're just going to include a base head so that, hey, if you want to, you can kind of make your own custom robot. It's kind of like how Transformers the Fossilizers are starting to do things like, we included an extra head for people who want to make their own combiner.
Oh. I really appreciate that they added an extra head, because in playing with them, I found myself wanting like a standard humanoid form.
Yeah, that's what I did with all of them.
Yeah, I wasn't able to like fully accomplish it with some of them, but like the want was there, and I'm glad they're like fully acting on it.
You know what else is a want that I had? For the sprues to be better than they actually were, because the parts were like tabbed onto the sprue with a really thick tab, so you really needed nippers to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have reworked the whole sprue so that they're easier to come off just without modifying them.
Oh, cool.
So hey, no nippers.
Yeah.
I would still use a little bit of a knife just to get the little bit of extra mold flash off there, but that's cool. No,
yeah, and like they've been really good. Bandai just in general has been really good about press. Press. I don't want to say press molds because that's a different thing, but like being able to press parts out of the directly out of the tree.
Yeah. This one I was very confused by. One of the things they also brought up was the twin cross-up system, which I think what it means is that they have now like established that there are specific combos in fiction that actually have some sort of meaning. Like in this first wave, I didn't even mention this. The first wave is like basically the original wave lineup, which was Galio Striker, which in fiction is named Gao. This one is called Gao Dash. Then you have Dual Eyes Kabuto, which is named Musashi Dash. Then you have Arms Gilotecker, which was the shrimp, I think it was, or something. Which was just called Gilo in the story. Gilo Exo, I think it is. Sonic Eaglet, the eagle one, which was also just named Eeg, is now Eeg Exo. From what? Oh, and also the last one in the wave is the Dual Eyes Kabuto Army type, which is just like a dark green color. This one is just called Armor Dash. I have no idea what its place is in the fiction yet.
Yeah, and it's also really unfortunate that was out. Like all of them got duplicates in that one, except for that.
Oh, that's a shame.
Or rather, I guess the Dual Eyes shared the spot, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing that they brought up was with the cross-up system was Gao combined with Eeg becomes Gao Double Edge, and Musashi combined with Gilo becomes Musashi Double Edge. So I guess that's what they're getting at, is that it's kind of a lore thing that they're introducing.
Okay.
Yeah. Appropriately, this is, well, I already said this is the same first wave. They wanted to do this because it's also like, hey, this wave is kind of harder to find these days. So
I'm glad I have it.
Yeah, and also they made a Twitter account for Animagear. I missed that the first time.
Oh.
Is Animagear _OFF. And they've been doing things like posting character bios.
Oh, official.
Yeah. Yeah, that threw me off too. The second blog post, I'll try to get to this a little bit quicker. Basically, after that first announcement, they got a lot of feedback, presumably on Twitter. Hopefully good. It sounds like it's good feedback, because Y feels that they'll get tense from these high expectations, therefore, they decide to reveal more information quicker than before.
Oh.
The first off is that they already had the first skeleton under development early, so they were able to reveal that on the blog post. Looking good. With it, they included photos of the sprue to really show that the parts have kind of been rearranged greatly to kind of incorporate the new setup as well as the base head. And they can't wait to show off more armor. And also mentions that with the new head, it's a different look from before. The thing that's most notable about this blog post, though, is a comment from Tyuga, who is the illustrator for Animagear, the designer, who is also on Twitter as Tyuga, Tyuga, and then the number 3.
Oh, third one.
This is the artist who also coincidentally works on a Metabots mobile game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The quote from Tyuga was, "As this is the renewal of the first wave that I personally had strong feelings for, I was very careful about where to leave it alone and where to renew. The designs look the same, and I've redrawn everything from scratch. In some places we added pegs and holes to increase customizability, and changed the structure itself. However, I was particular about wanting to keep the silhouette as is while evolving it. I wanted to add a combining gimmick, so even when I was designing one at a time, I had to work while imagining the structure of the one it always combines with." That's what I was getting at before with the combination gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and forth between the designs and many times to complete it. Even structurally unreasonable parts can be shaped by the help of the person in charge and the designer. I think it's a good result as the first in a new chapter, not to mention those who are just starting Animagear from here. If you have one already, I'd like you to see the evolution in your hands. That's a good quote.
I kind of want to. But you know me, I go all in. I'd want to go back and like rebuy stuff.
I mean, I'm kind of piecemealing Animagear now.
Fair.
And apparently there are some design illustrations that they will talk about in more detail some other time, so that's exciting.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm seeing them right now. Good stuff.
Yeah, so this is something that I've kind of gotten into. Like I said, I'm piecemealing, not just because not all of the designs appeal to me, but also because I'm collecting SO-DO right now, so a lot of my money's going to that.
True.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
If my money wasn't going to that, it would be going to having like 17 Paleo Trexes. I can't have that.
Oh, hey, what do you collect? Oh, I collect Kamen Rider. Oh, what do you collect? I collect Star Wars. What do you collect? Paleo Trex. Oh, what?
Boom.
I've never heard of that. What is that show? No, it's just a single guy from Transformers.
Might be a girl. I don't know. There's no fiction attached to it.
That's true. Yeah. We unassigned. Well, all right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey. Speaking of dinosaur bones.
Oh, wow, okay.
Nice segue.
Like, okay, we talk about dinosaurs. Everyone's saying dinosaurs, but that was like... Alright, we'll just talk about the rumor, because Revice is here.
It was always kind of a joke, really.
Yeah, and we also, along with it, have... I don't want to say detailed, but like, descriptions about what the riders are going to look like. I'm curious.
From someone who usually gets things pretty right, so.
I was about to say, where'd you get these rumors?
They're from Crane Joe.
That's what I was going to say, is I heard that it was coming from Crane Joe, and it's like, in the time that I follow Crane Joe, he doesn't seem like the guy who would just talk about fake rumors, so maybe it's legit?
What was what Matt Hunt had posted from 5chan? Was that similar?
I believe so, because
okay.
I try to remember what the exact timeline of events here, because everything's just blurring together. But I know Matt posted those rumors from 5chan, and then Crane Joe did a live stream sometime last week. I can't remember if it was before. I want to say it was after Matt posted those rumors.
So, what I have in front of me is what Matt posted, and then also his correction to it. So it says, main rider has red compound eyes, white mouth. Quote, crushers have a black outline.
So
a V
Crusher,
shape.
I'm going to guess Crusher refers to when the mouth plate usually has fangs on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that what that is?
Kind of like Ichigo's mouth plate.
Kuga.
Oh, interesting. Okay. A V shape.
Kuga's as well, yeah.
A V shape is on the forehead. Body color is a mix of orange, green, and purple. The belt is basically light green with the left side containing an item, a stamp, and the right side containing a display. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I posted in the art channel a very accurate artist render that I've done of these rumors.
I have not seen this, and I need to see this now.
Yeah.
Could you reiterate them just so I can see if this checks out while I'm looking at the image?
Sure. Yeah. Main Rider has red compound eyes, white mouth. Crushers have a black outline. A V shape is on the forehead. Body color is a mix of orange, green, and purple. The belt is basically light green, with the left side containing an item, a stamp, and the right side containing a display.
Okay. I was curious what you had put here. This square, this display.
Yes.
Oh, it's a screen. I get it.
Yes.
God. Yes, Crushers.
So,
I had no idea what Crushers meant, so I went with what I thought was correct.
what whose draw is that? Is that Palpatine?
I don't know. I went around and looked up smiling face and just turned it white.
That's a good choice.
Now we have this.
Yeah.
That is
That
is incredible. Corey.
Thank you.
Did you post this on Twitter yet?
I have not.
Yeah. Oh.
You need to do this. Please.
So you also have corrections and also Crane Joe's version of events, or what?
Oh, not yet, because we also have the secondary rider to talk about.
Right.
Second rider is mostly black in color with orange mixed in. His forehead has what looks like an open dinosaur mouth on it. He has light green compound eyes peeking through the dinosaur face, has no belt, just a plain buckle.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, checks out? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Glad we're all on the same page with this one.
Honestly, it's fair game when the suit is described as black with some orange mixed in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from on that one.
Thank you.
Oh man.
That's
These are hilarious. I mean, that you did not get the rumors wrong. That is what they say.
I got it to a T.
I don't
Yeah,
mean to,
absolutely.
I don't mean to derail further. I missed the part where what's the gushers for?
Crushers.
Oh,
Yes, Crushers.
I put an R in the just
I
to
see
make
it now.
sure
I
to
see it.
get that across. Yes,
yeah.
um,
Okay.
I mean, how could you not see
yeah.
what it was? I mean,
of course.
clearly it was Crushers.
Yeah.
Blockbusters, got it.
Yeah.
His
Also,
Revice's belt. I mean, to me, it almost sounds like some kind of mixture between like the Gamer Driver and the Beyond Driver.
I was thinking Gamer Driver-esque. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I bring up the Crane Joe one is my understanding was that it was like it reminded him of X8 with the color choices and also a light green belt with the display similar to those belts.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you catch what the stamp thing was about? Because I did.
What do you mean?
Like why it stamps.
Oh, because they want to save the U.S. Postal Service by having you purchase stamps as the gimmick this year. The Japanese company
you got
wants
it.
to save the U.S. Postal Service. Is
That's
my
exactly
understanding.
what it
Actually,
is.
the gimmicks this year are Japan Post exclusive, and that's been
Yeah.
blocked off to the U.S. So we can't collect the gimmick this year. Actually,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Ultraman's doing DHL.
Yeah. That's right.
But
Yeah.
If-
There
if-
was
if-
also another note down here that said there are two other riders with symbols on the left side of their chest, but it seems they're also opposite to each other, which was later corrected to saying these aren't two other riders. This was referring to both of those two riders.
Oh,
I don't know why.
okay.
Yes.
This makes me think of it, but that almost like the way that was described makes me think almost of like Zenkaio, where it has like the two symbols on the chest.
Hmm.
They're like
Oh,
facing opposite
interesting.
directions.
Sure.
Hmm.
That's just like what I've been
the-
picturing whenever time I've heard that.
Okay.
The stamp thing is actually kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
It sounds like it's
interested in
based
that.
on stamp rallies, which is it's where you like visit different collections and collect like stamps in a book,
Okay.
it's like an ink stamper kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's kind of like collecting smashed pennies or like getting your passport stamped or whatever.
Sure, it's something that's associated with tourism, which
Okay.
is funny. That's not too
Gotcha.
far from post office, I guess.
Yeah, you're shipping yourself around.
Yeah, sure.
I also saw the point made, and I'm gonna say that this is probably true. It might be inspired by Animal Crossing a little bit because there is a thing where there's like a stamp thing associated with
maybe.
collecting fossils in the game.
Oh, I love
Well,
how they
that's
went,
true.
huh? You know,
This is hot.
the Olympics are probably going to be going on during Revice. What should we do? Hey, what about Animal Crossing? Huh? Yeah,
Yes.
that's
I mean,
it. Good. Let's do that.
I mean,
It's also going to
also-
be Ryder's 50th anniversary, so I wonder if that
Yeah.
factors in, how that factors into it.
I mean,
the thing that I saw that I kind of see is that I don't know, O's and Forza I think both were kind of celebratory, but like Saber's the one where they made the 50th logo.
Yeah.
So the argument could be made that we've already gotten our 50th anniversary show.
yeah, but it's
Well, I mean,
Saber.
we've seen listings and stuff for like 50th anniversary merchandise coming out around the start of Revice.
It's true,
So,
yeah. It's
I really do
it's
think
a
that this
faulty
is going to be our
argument.
celebration thing. Although
But-
I do wonder if it will be a little tamer. I mean, since we just had, the Heisei celebration with Geo not too long ago. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think we're
I'm-
going to go like a Geo level kind of thing again.
Yeah.
Right.
I think if they're doing this and then they're also doing dinosaurs, it's like, no, it's okay. It sounds like business as
Yeah,
usual.
yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
but
it
what I
will
was
be more
gonna
like
say
the
was-
Forza thing where it's a little bit more subtle.
Yeah. But what I was saying is the Animal Crossing thing. I can kind of see that because they're kind of shameless when it comes to like cashing in on current trends.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
fair.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Oh, Die Ranger at one point just did Star Wars for a little bit, so I'm not surprised.
Wait, Die Ranger did Star Wars.
Yeah, they lifted the Imperial March, and then, well, I guess, it's fine. It's an old show.
Well, how is that
And then-
like
and
how
then
is
Daddy
that
was
topical in
Vader,
92?
huh?
How is that trendy or topical in 92?
Star Wars-
or
Oh,
93
Star Wars
when
is
that
always
show came out?
trendy and topical.
exactly.
I guess, but there wasn't like new things, is what I'm saying. Like,
When did Empire come out?
Empire was in 80.
What about hold on, what about episode 6?
83.
Interesting. Okay, then I have nothing.
But Die Ranger was 93.
Oh, then once again I have nothing. Wait, no. 93? 95? 96? 90s-ish is when episode 1 was coming out, right?
99 is
90s.
when episode 1 came out.
But they were probably gearing up. Maybe.
Well, 6 years before, maybe. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know.
But
But it was very Star Warsy.
I mean, I know there was still like Star Wars merchandise. Isn't that when there was like the Power of the Force line or whatever?
Yes, I think so.
Regardless.
Either way.
I didn't mean to get that tangent.
I mean, like, Animal Crossing was what? 1-2 years ago? They're offset
Last
by
year.
a
No,
little bit.
I was about to say it was a game that really has been at peak hype for almost a year, so I could see it.
I don't
But
know
yeah,
about
yeah.
peak anymore, but
Well,
I feel like its
people
peak was
still
like
play it.
about a year ago. But yeah.
Regardless, that would have been around the time that they would have been like. oh,
No,
this is
yeah,
pretty popular.
yeah.
totally.
Also,
I totally get
the joke has been made about the tourism thing. Probably not good to do that during COVID, but I'm going to say
Probably not.
maybe they were being optimistic about how this thing would be taken care of.
Maybe, yeah. Hey, now you guys are free to go wherever you want. Oh,
Oops.
wait. Oh, no. I will say, though, in the best Kamen Rider movie, Megamax, you had every single rider off in their own location, like working on a mission to defeat, the people
Foundation
from
X?
Foundation
yeah,
X.
Foundation X, yeah. And you had the little call-outs at the bottom, like, oh, this is in the Amazon forests. Because he's Amazon, or something like that,
Oh.
They're all operating out of different locations, so if, like,
Yeah.
you maybe want to put those locations in the belt as those riders could be a thing.
I thought where you were going is that the show could play with that by having them all start out in different locations, and then the big moment is we finally teamed up together.
That'd be neat.
That was already Megamax, though. If we did Megamax again, I'd be fine with it, but...
I mean,
Megamax 2, Super Megamax.
Super
long enough.
Megamax!
Not Ultra.
That's right.
this seems interesting. What do you think about the idea of... People usually think of dinosaurs as Sentai's thing, and they usually, at this point with Ryu Soldier, think of it as Bandai's desperation move. So,
Oh, yeah.
how are you interpreting this as a writer show? Like-
Hold on.
I don't
So
see it
is
as a desperation move.
Is
but...
it really the main rider? Because the only dinosaur-related thing that I saw was for the secondary. What did Crane Joe say about the main rider?
I thought it just said dinosaur motif. Oh.
I thought it was for the main rider.
Okay, no, because, like, well, it might have been on something else. The only thing that I read about was for the secondary. But I could be wrong on that. I'm going off of Matt's info from the 5.
Yeah.
I was about to say I don't know what the motif would be otherwise.
I don't either. I mean,
I'll
could
just
be.
say
It could be
the
very
idea-
stereotypical caricatures about different locations, but
I mean, Japan could probably do that. Yes,
it's capable.
but with the discussion that I had in mind with Revice was just the dinosaur motif, and like the thought that I had at first was, what does that say about Rider when they have to do dinosaurs? Oh God, what does that say about Sentai when Rider's doing dinosaurs?
I don't know. I think we're fine. Like, I'm not.
I mean, I think Saber. I think its toy sales are a little weaker, but I don't think they were definitely not like panic mode weaker.
Yeah.
So.
And like, what's their whole deal gonna be? Oh no, we tried expanding in the West. It didn't work out. Let's destroy everything. They really didn't like just 2 episodes of our series. I guess we'll have to fall back on something. I'm not ringing any Beth tolls or.
Oh yeah,
or Sentai's canceled and Bandai's just like, well, how do we do dinosaurs now? I guess we have to do it in Rider.
That was the second thought I had was, what's happening with Sentai?
I think we're fine, but
yeah.
Both of these franchises are such big things to the point where I can never see either one of them ending without them telling you beforehand.
For sure.
It's like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to announce that this is it. This is the final one.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, like we're definitely getting more Sentai after Zenkaiju. You can't just be like, well, that was fun. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Like, you can't just do that after
someone,
45 years.
Someone could probably think of a better reference than what I'm about to make, but like the Dragon Ball manga, it was kind of notorious where the creator would be like, oh yeah, the story's going to continue just a little bit longer, and then it kept going for several years. And then at one point, there was a particular chapter where he said, hey, next week I've got something special to announce. Don't get too hyped, though. And then next week, the final chapter came out, and he said, hey, I'm ending the series.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the only time I can think for it. The announcement is very sudden, and you couldn't really be prepared for it.
But that's just one guy.
Yeah, so that's why I said someone else could
of,
probably come up with another reference like that.
Have you ever heard of what happened to the Walking Dead graphic novel, comic series or whatever?
No, I have not.
Nope.
That series ended maybe 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, and it just ended abruptly as well. at like just a random issue, to the point where I guess they wanted it to be some big surprise or whatever, so they even had like extra issue numbers after that up for like pre-order at comic book shops and stuff.
Oh, that's shitty. Oh my god.
And then they're like, and we're done. And
Canceled.
just stopped.
You got your money back. Hopefully they did.
So,
that's horrible.
I don't think that's not the way you should do it, but I'm just saying, like, I remember that happening a couple years ago where they're like, and that was the final issue. Thanks for reading, guys.
I will say, though, something similar may happen soon. With something. Not this show. Never this one. We will let you know. But
it's like, okay, do you want me to edit that one out? I don't know what that's
No. You'll eventually this information will be relevant. We good?
Do you think?
What if? Done. Episode over.
I'm gonna bring a crazy theory here. I think Revice is getting a SO-DO set. Crazy, right?
Yo.
Right, we got product listings to question.
You're right, yeah, we do. We got big ovals with text in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've seen
Bold
these
choice
before.
for the suit designs this year. I wonder if the final form will be a circle.
It'll actually be a blue circle.
Character 10.
So, someone in the Discord let us know about this. It turns out that we were getting a listing that has vague SO-DO boasting, and is more or less confirmed to be SO-DO at this point. The last time we got a listing like this, where it called out each box as an individual character, as opposed to each box as like half a character. The last time we've seen something like this was in the Sentai Mini-Plot from Zenkaiger, and they called each box out as an individual character rather than just parts of a character. So
interesting.
That,
that's a good call out, because it kind of confirms what I was saying, where I was just like, pretty sure that's just like generic placeholder text by someone who doesn't understand what the toy line is.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an action figure line, so character 1, character 2, sure, that works.
Yeah.
I just realized, I don't think we had it for Saber, and we haven't had it for Revice, but we haven't... Did we get that picture we used to get a couple years in a row, where it's like the silhouette, like a generic rider silhouette, and then like a silhouette of the gimmick?
I don't think so, no.
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I remember getting it for 01, and Geo and Build, but I don't think we got it for Saber.
Yeah, I don't think so.
At this point, well, we didn't get one for Saber, you said, or?
I don't think we did. I don't remember seeing one.
That might be a result of toy catalog stuff.
Oh, right. Well, but those usually leak from like the same places we get like Gashapon and like things like this with the ovals, and those still leak out. So, I mean, we just had one last week. The next Gashapon set of Sentai Gears leaked out from this. So.
Oh, I guess in the first wave, we are getting 12.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah,
it said individual, right? So they are at least keeping with the trend that Saber set of like new stuff, everything.
Yeah.
They
got to fit all those Saber and 01 characters in the first Revice set. So.
You're right. Yeah. And Ghost. Ghost.
Ghost.
The first thing that came to mind was, this must be about SO-DO, because all the text is basically just boasting like figures, really stylish, timely, whatever. Like they're just advertising it as action figures.
Imagine boasting timeliness for SO-DO.
That did kind of make me squint as well. But also, the other thing it made me realize was, oh, hey, I guess we're keeping this trend of really beefy waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm down for that.
The text translated to, some of it translated to 2021 New Boys Laughter. First release of the Re-Food Movable Fur is a figure that is attractive for perfection and various Bozing beyond the range of candy toys.
Was this a September or October release?
This is a good question that you have posed to me. I don't know. If you can... Here.
Do you have the picture?
Yeah. Hold on.
Bozing.
I'm trying to get it.
Bozing.
Bozing. I don't... Is it the 9 up at the top right? Left,
Let me see. Yes? Maybe? Probably.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Let me see
That
here.
is
Let's open up the Google Translate app so we can...
I'm looking
Translate the
for it.
picture.
That looks like a date, yes.
Okay.
September. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
it actually says release month September.
Okay. It's soda. Does it go on the
Also-
bottom shelf?
Hmm?
Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
so you have to put this on your bottom shelf. You cannot
Oh,
put it
man.
on any other
Oh.
shelf.
Not a room on my bottom shelf.
I wanted to say also that the thing that came up in the discussion was also because of the character thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, I wonder if this is Shodo, but that seems like a lot of figures for a Shodo wave.
Yeah.
Plus, we just have a Shodo Wave coming out in August.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah, is it August? I think it is. Or
Shodo
whatever.
waves aren't this big, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
The price
Right.
was what gave it away for me as well.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, what else would it have been? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
but yeah, so that's a thing.
Mm.
So
And
I think when this leaked, we also got. I don't think we've seen pictures of it, but you know those little box charms that they're doing with the different drivers.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing a second set of those, but we don't have pictures of them.
Okay.
uh-huh.
So the
How
first
far
set's
did
not
the
even out
Sentai
yet. so-
DX boxes get?
How far?
Yeah.
Well, Rider is a set ahead. So-
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So if that tells you anything.
The other thing to bring up, just as a thing to keep in mind with these sort of things, like the placeholder title, it seems like it's generic, so it's like one could be mistaken to think, oh, this might be a new thing. I will say, I remember several times the blog itself would not dedicate itself to a SO-DO title until the official reveal. Like they would say things like, they would say things like, on the subject of SO-DO 01 title pending.
Yeah, and even on the site, it would update. I don't want to say frequently, but like the calendar and stuff, it wouldn't update until the blog had revealed it or something.
Yeah.
And we've
Yeah.
seen before, like, even like when HLJ puts things up for pre-order or something like
Exactly.
that, it'll be like, new boys toy. or
Exactly.
something
I
like
remember
We've
that
seen
was
it. Yeah.
that was the thing for, I can't remember if it was 01 or Saber. There was a point where we're like, where's Wave 3? And then finally someone said,
Yeah.
hey, here's a Wave 3 of something called Boys Toy. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Man, I love
Yeah.
it. Boys toy.
Yeah, those little weird things happen sometimes. So.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All right.
Revice, SO-DO, nice.
Yeah, Revice.
Yeah.
SO-DO's continuing again, which, good.
Abrupt ending. Abrupt ending.
What do y'all think about the rumors for Revice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
figure it out.
comments?
Hey, while you're down there, links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement. And some hashtag stop anti-Asian hate. And you know what? I need your guys' help because it's Pride Month, and it would be helpful if you went into the feedback portion and maybe threw in some causes that you guys want us to shout out on here. It doesn't necessarily have to be Pride related, but you know, 'tis the season. Yeah, that's it. Done.
I think so.
Good episode.
SHODO
や